Is anybody here?
Yeah, it looks like our participant level is going up a bit. We could probably wait a few more seconds, then we can go ahead and get started.
Sure. There, I see it. Everybody, we're gonna give it a few minutes just to let some people join on. Thank you for joining everybody so far. We're gonna wait about until 12:05-ish just to maybe let the attendees fill out. All right, it looks like we're hitting a critical mass here. It's about time to get started. So, hi everyone, welcome to the SIIM 2025 Hackathon Orientation. My name's Tom O'Sullivan. For those of you who've attended in the past, you might recognize me as a new face. And for those of you who haven't, I'm definitely a new face. So previously, the hackathon's been managed by someone named Mahanad Hussain, who's done a dedicated 10 years of service towards the hackathon from its initial founding. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to him for all that he's done for the hackathon and where we're at. And I'm now stepping into the role, so I'm happy to grow into this position and work alongside all of you and get you situated into the new hackathon experience. All right, so let's get started. So the SIIM 2025 Hackathon, it's a pretty exciting opportunity. So why SIIM? The members are extremely welcoming and approachable. The free membership for students and the free annual meeting registration is something that really drew me when I was quite young. And I think a lot of the people that stay involved with the SIIM organization are the people that we find that are eager and ambitious to learn and can take this great opportunity that is given to them. It's a great opportunity for networking, for meaningful career and common purpose. I know myself and some of my friends who started SIIM Hackathon found jobs exactly through this situation. We're focused on advancement of patient care, and that's what it's really all about, is pushing forward the technology and the experience of medical care and practice for the future. So why the hackathon? The hybrid hackathon is 100% free to participate for everyone. The cloud platform that the servers that we run are operating 24/7, 365, no downtime. It's a non-competitive hackathon. There's no cash prize winning. The winning is completely bragging rights, but it's actually more than that. It's really good for your career, really good for opportunities, a great way to kind of show potential future employers or coworkers that you're dedicated to what you do and that you can excel and thrive in new and interesting opportunities. The SIIM Hackathon is it's focused on actually the learning opportunities that we provide. We like to present our hackathoners with the opportunity to collaborate with people from all across the globe, different skill sets, different backgrounds, both academic and professional and industrial. And it's just a great way to meet different people. I still have some lifelong friends from the hackathons that I've attended, and I think that's the most meaningful part. Now, aren't hackathons just for coders? Isn't it just the thing you see on Silicon Valley? People breaking the servers, people trying to make a new robot, so on and such forth. Well, it's not. Ours attracts clinicians, technologists, and people from all their walks of life. What we'd like to do is we like to provide a very wide range of opportunities and focuses that we can provide our hackathoners to look into and develop research on. So you don't have to be a technical person. You can be a subject matter expert, or you can just be a curious person. And you can push forward the future of technology just by working with someone who might have the skills that you don't have. We also help with the matchmaking to find those skills. And that's a very crucial aspect. So maybe you're really good at Python, maybe you're really good at AI, maybe you just know a lot about trauma imaging, and you can find people to work with depending on what projects you're interested in, and we can figure that out and help you along the way. We also have mentors from different backgrounds that can pretty much answer any question. We have a Slack channel that's we'll get into later. Feel free to drop any questions you might have, and we'll always connect you with someone that can best represent both the field of study that you're interested in and be best suited to find that answer. So last year was actually the 10-year anniversary of the SIIM Hackathon. So now we're officially at 10 plus years. So this is a legacy that we're all lucky to be part of. I know many of you here have been with the hackathon since before myself. And, I feel quite honored to be here. So I hope that you know how much we appreciate it and appreciate you. So the SIIM Hackathon resources, we have servers and APIs, we have our modern standards, we have what's called HL7 FHIR, we both have R5 and R4, which are two different versions that are pretty active and concurrent in the current medical landscape. DICOMweb, which is a web platform for DICOM imaging. IAG Sol, which is a systematic operational logging of events, developed by Brett Erickson out of Mayo. OpenEMR, which is a new platform that we're offering, and we're very excited to show you. Our servers, they live 24/7, 365, as mentioned above, and all it really needs to start accessing this is a valid API key, which anyone who joins and is interested can request access. Straightforward. SIIM has done a lot of work to create a data set that's quite useful. Right now we have 10 different personas, real lifelike data. It's stitched clinical FHIR data with DICOM images, and we have images from every different field of medicine, as long with different imaging types, which is also very helpful. And what separates our data set from just many you might find is it has real clinical applications, real clinical examples. So this is a well-curated data set, which is why it's not the largest, but you can add to it. Once you have your API key, you can add whatever data you like. But what we have there is very applicable for actual real-life problems. And the community, we have a plethora of 5-minute start guides. We have a ton of documentation. We'll send links for that. SIIM is a great opportunity to find mentorship, both in the technical and the domain of expertise of whatever field you might be interested in. This is a general overview of what the SIIM Hackathon dataset looks like. It's a little bit more thorough than this, but it's actually a good representation for sort of like the different imaging types and what different FHIR resources might look like, just to kind of show that there's a range of medical objects that we have available for whatever interest you might have. So feel free to scan this QR code. What we have new this year is OpenEMR, as mentioned above, access to LLMs, which everybody loves and is a future technology that you're finding more and more, and more documentation, which is always helpful. That way you don't have to do the rigmarole of running like chickens with your heads cut off, looking around trying to find resources and educational materials to start actually working on the projects that you're working on. So less hurdles, and that's what matters. What's the SIIM 24 is we have a hybrid extended format. We still do idea and team curation, so we do brainstorming sessions to get our ideas together and try and get teams to pool on their own. But we'll assist and hold their hand along the way. We have social media badges, which are great for putting on whatever platform that you like. We offer a variety. And the winners of this hackathon, both the primary winners and honorary mentions, will get different e-badges that you can put onto your CV, your resume, your LinkedIn, your Indeed, So you can kind of, like we said above, you can get some bragging rights. This is a QR code you can scan for the hackathon documentation. It's a GitHub documentation, which you can ask any questions. Feel free to email me about. And if you want to submit any updates, if you come across things on your own, you can always do a pull request. It's a live document, and we'd like to see it grow. This is this year's 2025 timeline. We have our Thursday, May 14th brainstorming session. I'd like to see you all there. I think that that's one of the most crucial aspects of the hackathon is everyone putting their ideas, no matter how hairballed, high level, low level, very detailed, very vague, just a general feeling of something you might want to do. Kind of just putting all the ideas in one place is a great thing to do at the start. It also helps you find people that might want to work with you. And that's really the crux of things that matters, because the people that you work with can make or break your experience. And it's all about, meeting people and making new relationships. And the technology you make along the way is just a really great benefit, because, if you want a winning project, you want to work with the best people. So then Wednesday, May 21st at 2 p.m., the actual hackathon kicks off. Friday, May 23rd, we have our pencils down. So you got to start preparing for your presentation. And then the actual project showcase is May 23rd at 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. And this is all Eastern time. So that's when you go up on the main stage and you get to do your spiel, your demo, talk about your problem statement and how you want to solve it. And, almost like your little Shark Tank event. So for general logistics details, we have some of the dates we mentioned above there. It's going to be a Zoom link that we'll send out. So don't worry if you're on this, we'll make sure that you get all the resources. There's a QR code there that you can scan. And also, it's very important to highlight this. All SIIM Hackathon communication takes place on Slack. We have a channel. Please join it. And if you need to reach me or anybody else, it's a very easy and efficient way to get it. So any question there? Yes, it's Eastern Standard Time is the time zone that I'm referencing for these dates. On-site logistics. So in Portland, this is what the SIIM Hackathon floor is going to look like. It's a pretty large conference space. The Hackathon HQ Center, which is where we're going to have, our tables for coders to sit at. We'll have electricity, we'll have whiteboards, as many outlets as you can dream of. So it's always always a hurdle at a lot of conferences, but here we don't have to deal with that. And then as you can see, the showcase floor is actually right next to it. So pretty good stage. We'll have a good audience, and yeah, you're gonna really feel like you can put on a good show. The code freeze. Now that is a crucial event, if you ask me. Is an ice cream event that's going to take place after the showcase. So everyone that's competing, everyone that's taking time and putting care into this relationships, we can set aside the competition, put away some of the stress, eat some ice cream, and have a good time. And then secondly, and a very important one, is the SIIM welcome reception. That is Wednesday, May 21st at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. That's at the Red on Salmon Street, and it's $35. I strongly suggest everyone who can signs up for that. I think it's always a fun event. Getting to see these different attendees in a different context is always a help. Let your hair down and get to know people on a more personal level. It's always a good time. So API keys, pretty straightforward. If you don't have a free SIIM account, make sure to sign up. Sign the agreement, and then you can get your key sent with you within 48 hours. It's a pretty straightforward process. API keys work no different than anywhere else. And if you have any problems with setup and configuration, we're happy to help. If you are using one, yeah, like you said, you can just get your IP request, send it to HTTP header. Pretty straightforward. Once again, the Slack's available. I'm always available for questions, so just ask and I'm happy to help. API gateway usage. These are the different URLs that you'd be using in your API requests. So we'll send them to you when you sign up as well. Basically helps you more directly access the resources on our servers. Yeah, so get post put. If any of you are familiar with APIs, it's pretty straightforward. And if you're not, we'll seeing some links in the chat from Mackenzie. So thank you so much for more information. Mentors. So at every SIIM Hackathon, we have two different kinds of mentors. We have what are called code heroes and domain experts. Code heroes are exactly what they sound like. Code heroes are people with technical backgrounds in whatever range of technologies that they might be focused on. They could be someone that works primarily with databases, with servers, with Python, C#, could be a web developer with HTML or UI. So we have a wide range of code mentors, and whatever your problem is, if you're running into bugs, you don't even know where to start, you can put a call out request into the Slack channel, and we'll try and find you someone that can help you with your code problems. So for that, you just type in hashtag code heroes. And it's a similar idea for domain experts. What that is usually clinicians or someone within the actual medical field or on the ground working that has real world insights, can kind of help steer your problem set and your projects to be applicable to solving real world problems. Just like with code heroes, you can find them in the Slack channel with this call out here, which is hashtag domain experts. Judging criteria. So the main points for that are innovation, originality, practicality and usefulness, utilization of APIs. And so for the innovation aspect, it's just, is the app providing a creative and new approach? Is it doing something that's actually improving on existing solution or workflow? And is it, how does it differentiate is the core question. Are we just, reinventing the wheel, or are we actually pushing things forward? Practicality and usefulness. Is this solving a real business problem, a real world medical problem, just a logistical problem? It's a pretty straightforward question, and it's a pretty straightforward answer. And we'd love to see things developed at the SIIM Hackathon that go later in life to actually help people. And that's, what everything's about, is helping people. And then, just the utilization of APIs. We offer a lot. We like to put a lot of work into our technical backend here, maintain our servers. We put a lot of care and thought and effort into developing the data sets on them. So we want to make sure that people can use the resources and services that we have to offer. Social media, like when you see at another major event that you attend, we have our hashtags for X and Blue Sky. You can use hashtag SIIMHacks and SIIM25. You can brag about whatever you like on whatever your badge is on your preferred social media platform. You can scan this QR code. And yeah, once again, the winners will get a certification badge. And, gonna brag here, I have 1 or 2 on my profile for LinkedIn, and in every interview I've ever been in, people have, asked about it, and it's a good conversation start at the very least. If you want some examples of previous year's projects, we have 2 different playlists here from 2022 and 2023, and then 1 new long form video from 2024 with segmented out chapters, so you can look at each individual video. If you have questions, any problems before the hackathon, this is my email here, thomas.liam.o'sullivan@gmail.com, or you can ping me on the Slack once you sign up at tomo. During the hackathon, you can see that we have different channels with general, code heroes, and domain experts. You can create your own channels for your teams as you want to get working with people. Feel free to tag people to get their attention, i.e. me or anybody else. You can just add them. And then in bulk, you can always just add the full channel or add here. I'm sure a lot of you are quite familiar with Slack or similar technologies such as Teams and whatnot. So pretty similar. We like to encourage that you work with open source materials on GitHub. We want to see these projects live on and actually, get back to the sorry, I'm reading a message here. And we want to get back to the technology committee. We want to make sure that you use open source packages such as Cornerstone, OHIF, Viewer, Happy, etc. We have a lot of mashups. We work with a lot of different organizations and different standards organizations. So TCIA, Radlex, Link. The more you include, the more interoperability that you have, and that's always really good for the projects. And then, feel free to ask ChatGPT for help with code and let us know how it goes. I just want to say for a second, thank you to community volunteers. Thank you to SIIM staff. Thank you, Mackenzie, for all the help. Thank you to all of our awesome mentors, both in the past and this upcoming year, and our esteemed judges. Join us on social media. I would like to actually take a second to make a clarification about the announced showcase time. It will be at 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just to be clear, 9:30 to 11:30 in Pacific Standard Time. All right, well, that's the end of the presentation. Thank you everyone for listening. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Yes, Maria. Hi, Maria.
Good presentation.
Oh, thank you. Really appreciate that. Is there any questions? All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This is my first time giving this presentation, and it's my first time being the TPM for the SIIM Hackathon. So happy to be here and looking forward to this new experience for all of us. Thank you so much, guys. I'm happy to give you back the rest of your time. Like I said, feel free to email me if you have any questions. All right. Goodbye.